Hey gamers, it's Kwing here, bringing you another video review for Game Nights Entertainment. Well, in case you hadn't heard or you guys been living under a rock this year, the heroes in the half shell celebrate their 25th birthday. Man, I'm getting really old. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Smash Up is obviously a Smash Brothers clone, but is it any good or does it bring new ideas to the Smash series? Our story begins in the sewers of the Big Apple, where the Turtles are enjoying another carefree evening. Master Splinter walks in and says he will host a tournament to train his sons, and both Casey and April and himself will participate. Of course, Shredhead is likely to crash their fun get-together. TMNT Smash Up is a 4-player 2.5D fighting game, where the object of the game is to drain your rival's health or KO them off the screen. Although this is no easy task, Smash Up is divided into different modes of play. The first mode is Survival, where it pits you against 100 intense battles and is actually really fun too. Mission has 51 challenges and they're both really easy and yell at your TV hard. Arcade mode is a story aspect of this game and allows you to pick between the 4 Turtles, Splinter, Casey, and of course April. After beating arcade mode, you can unlock up to 5 characters, at the same time unlocking points to make trophies to wager online. Battle Royale allows you to play against 3 of your friends, or 3 computer fighters. Wi-Fi is the online aspect of the game and has 2 options, playing friend codes or random Wi-Fi battles in matchmaking. The tournament mode is just what it sounds like, although you'll need 4 players to even play this mode. Bummer. Still, the overall point of this game is to defeat your opponents and drain their health bar. The gameplay is actually kind of fun and pretty simple too, so fans of Smash Brothers will automatically understand how to play. Like Brawl, some of the stages are both fully destructible and feature traps. However, the twist is in order to be a true ninja and the victor, the player must interact with the environment and make it bend to your every whim so your rivals will cower in fear. Anyway, the game can be played using 4 controller setups, just like Brawl. For review purposes, I dusted off the old Wavebird once again. Okay, your normal attacks are with the A button, the R button is used to block or roll, the B button is used for harder attacks and acts as the special moves for each of the characters. Throws are done with the Z button, and you get the general idea. New to the series are the Clash attacks, where it's a feat of strength in order to defeat your enemy, using the wall to throw your rivals up against, and propelling off the walls to attack enemies. Pretty slick. Well, since this is the 25th anniversary of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, this game doesn't make use of their vast catalog of characters and franchises. In fact, it only has 16 fighters, and half of them are from the recent 2003 series and even the movie that came out, so that's not gnarly at all. Sure, fans have the Technodrome, but that's just not enough. The fact that only a handful of popular characters made it in makes me sad. It would have been really awesome to play as Krang, Fly Stockman, Leatherhead, Zog, Super Shredder, Usagi, Venus, Tokar, Razor, and of course, Bebop and Rocksteady. What were the developers thinking not including these popular characters? If anything, this game is a great tribute to the last movie and TMNT cartoon series, but not the franchise as a whole. The combat in this game, while each character is diverse, they are wicked slow too. I didn't really notice this until K-Wife pointed this out. She said this game is really fun and all, but it feels a lot slower than Brawl, plus doing smash attacks is a lot clumsier and really aggravating and won't work 100% of the time during intense battles. Air combat is kind of a joke in this game too, and I agree 100% with my colleagues and rivals in the industry. You know who you are. Your character floats slower back to Earth and you can only attack in one direction while in the air. This is a major buzzkill, dudes. The music tends to repeat tracks on various stages, which is a huge pet peeve of mine. I let Demon Blade slide, but not this game. Playing this game with friends wasn't much better, as the game literally has a mode called Last Man Standing, which is just how it sounds, requiring the player to avoid being eaten or zapped, otherwise even the most skilled ninja will end up being pwned by total ninja noobs. So this will alienate a lot of Smash Brothers fans. Now, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's pretty annoying. My major complaint with this game is the Wi-Fi battles. It's lag city. Anyone who doesn't have the Nintendo LAN, then this segment is for you guys. Much like the team that worked on Brawl, the Wi-Fi is hideous. I found no problems playing one-on-one, however, add 2 or 3 fighters to the mix, then it gets pretty bad. It got so bad that the game would actually reset my Wi-Fi connection. After being rejected not once, not twice, but 8 times in under an hour, I had had enough. I walked away with a quiet hatred burning in the pit of my stomach for this game. But what I hated the most, both Krang and Shredder, with envy, how evil this thing really is. Up to this point, I thought the inclusion of the poll was a cool idea. Not anymore. Players can become literally unstoppable and spam the crap out of online players to win by just using the poll. That's pretty bad. Alrighty, on the plus side, this game is better than TMNT Melee and almost as good as Turtles Tournament Fighters. Even though every industry reviewer says the graphics are meh, I'm gonna say they aren't too shabby and not too bad. I liked how most of the backgrounds require you to mind your surroundings. This always kept me on my guard and was kind of exciting at the same time. I was also surprised by the comic book storyboards drawn by Jim Lawson. Shame on IGN for saying they're lame. Another good note is every character has their own distinctive fighting styles and abilities, and this sets it apart from Brawl. My wife liked how instead of Smash Balls, each character can equip the same ninja power-up, and it kept the matches pretty fair and balanced. My favorite power-ups were the wind, I liked the shurikens, the flames, and of course the earthquakes. Tag Team is a pretty cool feature, and I love the dynamic of the team attacks when switching characters. Out of all the characters not to make it in, at least Nightwatcher did, and I loved playing as Nightwatcher. He has this awesome ball and chain thing that he can smack people in the head with. That's pretty sick. Next to Donnie, Nightwatcher is my favorite character in Smash Up. As a musician myself, I like the direction of the swing, blues, and light rock songs a lot. While it doesn't fit the Turtles as a whole, it works very nicely for this type of fighting game. Fans are going to notice a lot of fan service in the stages from past Turtle shows, video games, and of course movies. However, I only wish that the developers could have had more fighters offering as much diversity and variety as they did with the stages. One of the things I enjoyed, although very small, is slamming people up against the wall. I never got tired of that. I for one love inputting codes, and Ubisoft doesn't disappoint in this area either. The best code in this game is the one that will unlock the Technodrome and of course the last character. The mode that I enjoyed the most had to be Survival. Now that was fun. Fighting it out against 100 opponents is no easy task, I can assure you. It requires both skill, knowing when to eat the pizza, and what tactics to use against the more difficult fighters. What sold me on this mode, however, was the fact that you could play it tag team. The one thing that this game gave me, in all honesty, was a smile on my face. Sure, it wasn't the 25 in the years making Turtles game that Ubisoft promised, nor was it better than Smash Bros. Brawl. Still, this game is really addicting and a fun Turtles game to play. I'm serious! Just like the Turtles games of years of yore, it's just a really fun game to play with friends and family. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Smash Up has great stages, lots of bonus content, being able to play as your favorite shellbacks, rocking musical arrangements, high replay value, solid online with the Wii's LAN only, bad Wi-Fi if you don't have the LAN, cool power-ups, and it's just a really fun game to play, and it's very addicting. So Game Night's Entertainment gives Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Smash Up a 7.2 out of 10. Hopefully, this is not the last game in the series for the Turtles in a Smash Bros. Clone.
Yeah! Cowabunga!
Although, I do have some suggestions for Ubisoft. Instead of just listening to Peter Lord, Ubisoft, please make sure to use everything that made the Turtles a worldwide phenomenon. Not just the comics, and the last incarnation of the heroes in the half-shell. Because, believe it or not, there are actually more 1987 Turtles fans than there are comics and recent Turtles fans, so you have to appease us too. It's only fair. Well, that does it for me, gamers. Be sure to keep checking back for more of our interviews, video reviews, gameplay vids, trailers, and don't forget to listen to our radio program every week. This is Kwing saying God bless and happy gaming. Until the next time, cowabunga, dudes! I'm sorry I had to. See ya!
calculations. Donatello 1, you 0.